everybody! Welcome back. Northernlion plays Oxygen Not Included. We're exactly where we left off yesterday, with things going very well, actually. The biggest concern right now, and it's not even really a big concern, but the biggest concern right now is we need some copper. So what we're gonna do, I'm just worried, I'm looking at this gas and I'm like, it's already breathable. I'm worried that if we open up this vacuum, it's just gonna be nasty. You know what I mean? Like, hold up. We got hydroponic. Oh, we finished our... Okay, so that's what we're definitely gonna do next. My mistake. Fertilizer syntheser uses polluted water to produce fertilizer. So we don't need this anymore. This uses polluted dirt. Oh, we probably need both. So what do we want to do? Well, we could probably start this pumping again. And then, I mean, you could use... I have to think about this now, because we could use the polluted water to produce fertilizer. But actually what we want to do is pump out of here. Yeah, okay. So we would use... We would put, like, our fertilizer generator right here, let's say. It would draw from the polluted water to make fertilizer to use on perhaps a hydroponic farm, which does require a liquid intake pipe. Reduce duplicant traffic by automating liquid delivery with irrigation pipes. I mean, that seems very good, but it does cost 10 tiles. Well, if we're going to refactor our greenhouse, this seems like a good way to do it. So here's the system diagram I'm going to draw up real quick. Pretend we're part of the software development life cycle. Pump goes here. Alright, well, let's start at the base. We got water. We got a water pump. Clean water gets pumped to the bathroom. All the dirty water from the bathrooms gets pumped down here, as does the dirty water from our carbon skimmer, and maybe carbon skimmers eventually. So that's filling up this. The output for this is going to be a pump that's going to pump to a fertilizer generator. And then also, this will eventually pump to a water sieve, which will use sand to produce clean water and redeposit it here. Now, separately, we got this system. This pretty much just needs to pump into a sieve right off the bat in order to turn this dirty water into clean water. So probably the way that we do that is we would have one sieve that took water intake from two sources. This polluted water, and then this water, which is also polluted but doesn't look as polluted. Fair enough. But we have other things to do first. First things first, we're going to throw a refrigerator in and see if it messes up our grid completely. And we're going to build it out of something that gives us a decor bonus, potentially. Overheat temperatures, it gets good. Thermally reactive, we don't really care. Decor. So, a granite refrigerator is the best option. Apparently. It fits right into our grid. Now, each one of these refrigerators is going to be 140 watts, I think. It's the exact right place for it. Let me just leave it at that. But, we'll wait till it gets built, and then we'll look at how our grid looks. Because we did originally want our grid... our top grid to get the refrigerator, but now we've chosen to build our mess hall here, so a refrigerator kind of seems like it makes more sense to place it next to the mess hall. And then all we should do is make sure that the refrigerator has a higher priority than the ration boxes. And you should really only take edible food, I think. You don't need to take ingredients. Those can go into ration boxes. So we're gonna can we copy settings off these? Yeah. So we'll copy the settings of this ration box to this one. It does copy priority. The refrigerator will be priority 8. So just fill that up first. That's all I ask. And then before we do anything else, first off, power. Seems fine. Add one thing at a time and then figure it out. Let's spend today getting copper. I think it's still advisable because we're running out. And then I think we should use the copper to build one more well-designed hydroponic farm. And the idea is we don't need however many crops you got right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 12 plus another 8. We don't need 20 crops. There's a mathematical formula that we can use to figure it out. And, you know, it's probably just, you know, the amount of calories consumed is whatever a unit consumes per day times 3, as long as they're not a heavy eater. And then the amount of calories produced is whatever these produce. They take 3 cycles to produce it. I mean, I wish I had a pen and a pad here, but I think I can work. I do have a pen and a pad here. All right, let's figure this out, okay? This is going to be a failure to plan is a plan to fail. I truly believe that. So here's how we're going to do this. All right, found a genuine piece. Let's go. Yesterday, how many calories did we consume? We consumed 3,250. Is that constant? 3,250? 4,000, 7,500. Oh, it's on some days we consume more because they're actually just being removed from the system. Isn't there a way you just look at, like, how much do you eat daily? Calories, 4,000. Change per cycle. So they use 1,500 calories a day each. Oh, but bottomless stomach. But you're also burning some. So, you know, I mean, let's factor, what do you consume daily? I can figure this out, I think. 1,000? Well, so let's say we need 3,500 kilocalories a day. And that's going to be our goal. Each one of these lice loaf or meal lice produces 800 every 3 days. So, in 3 days, we need 3,500 times 3. That's 11,000, sorry, that's 10,500 kilocalories. How much lice loaf do we need? Well, we need 10,500 kilocalories divided by 800 kilocalories. And that equals, I mean, somewhere in the vicinity of like 14 plants, but I'll do the math. I'll pull a calculator out. That doesn't bother me. Calc. 10,500 divided by 800. 13 plants. So let's say 14 plants. And then all you got to do is make sure that you actually have enough food to make it through the transition to a hydroponic farm, which is like extremely easy for us because we already have such a surplus of food. And then how much can one refrigerator hold? 100 kilograms. How much is 800? Well, do we have like a... Dude, I actually have no idea how much meal lice weighs, so I'm going to say one refrigerator is fine for now. So we need 14 plants. 14 plants on a hydroponic farm, EIEIO, is going to require 1,400 kilos of copper to build. And we already have enough granite to make the pipes. All right, so there you go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get copper. And then we're going to build, probably here, we're just going to build our greenhouse. Or our crop area. To be fair, first off, my math could be off. Secondly, it seems like it's like 8 kilos, or is 8 kilos all they can carry at a given time? 12 meal lice you can hold, that's almost enough. Anyway, at least some food is refrigerated now. And okay, let's see how much is in here. Man, some of those were at 1%. That was a nice save. Anyway, so we need copper. Get the dig tool out. So we're gonna dig. We really want to avoid piercing the vacuum until we have more space in here for it to dissipate, because you know there's trapped gases in here essentially that we want to take advantage of. So to make it so that when we open this vacuum, it doesn't essentially lead to an unbreathable atmosphere in here. We don't need to tile everything. There, that gives us a pretty good staging ground to mine a bunch of copper. We could go straight across, but again, the vacuum doesn't expand to fill the space, but all of this gas is gonna rush in here, and it's gonna, like, I'm worried about the pressure change that it will entail. I'm also gonna be a smart dude, and even though it's gonna cost us a lot of copper, I'm gonna build a mechanized airlock. Okay, I'll tell you what, like, deconstruct it ASAP, but build it even faster. Like, I know you gotta get the copper in the first... Thank you. Just build it. Build it! Build it! The gases! Thank you. Okay, so this gives them an enter and an exit path. So we'll probably, we'll deconstruct all these and then build the hydroponic tiles. And we could build them hanging from the ceiling if we wanted to for sport, but I'll probably choose not to. This also gives us a much easier place to pick up copper, which I think is going to be in our best interest. And all this is going to lead to, you might think that this is all related to food, and why are we wasting our time worrying about food when, like, what do we care? We're already making more than enough food. We're making too much, and it's leading to labor waste. You know, they're spending way too much time harvesting, they're spending way too much time delivering, and they're spending, what I would consider to be the most egregious, is they're spending way too much time sweeping up food that went bad. And there was not necessarily any reason for it to go bad, except for the fact that we made too much. I don't like, you know what the problem is? One of these, yep, is a higher priority than the rest. We wanted them to put it in here, so we made that a higher priority. Now they should take it to the closest one. See, this one was a priority 9. That's why they were putting it there. Oh, and it's seeds, so they were going to put it there anyway. What are you doing, dude? Well, some stuff is only delivered to some places, so I'm okay with that. I just want to see what happens when you get, like... You build sandstone, that's good. Where are you going now? She's going to get granite, or she's going to get sandstone. Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it once you get it? You're going to deliver it somewhere. No, you're not. Okay. I don't know. I think this should work. I want to see them start putting things in here. How's the breathability up there? Bad. No surprise there. We don't want them to spend very much time here. Is that a higher priority? It's a 5. I don't understand why you would go to that one. It's very slow going here. And I especially dislike it because no research is being done in the meantime. Ah, there we go. Disregard. Disregard. Alright, so again, we're wasting just unfathomable amounts of coal. Probably better to store the coal in more than 3 batteries. Do we need more than... do we need more than 6 batteries? I guess we'll see. I mean, I am gonna... it's gonna... You know what? Get the farm going first. Because we're going to be spending copper to build batteries, wires, etc., etc. We might as well, you know, one thing at a time, especially if they're built with the same resources. So how did we do yesterday? 10 kilos of oxygen. So we're starting to, I think, come to some sort of equilibrium there. Gained calories. Stress is very good. Like, our stress... Briefly, at some point in this colony, it got to a point where we were like, we need these massage tables, but it's very much kind of come back from there. Now, we're so close to actually being able to do, like, some mining. And, like, by mining, in this case, I mean mining through the side. Which actually allows us to not have to create infrastructure while we mine, which is, I know, what a novel concept. Assuming the vacuum can't escape through diagonals, that should be a mining order that works for us. Right there. So I'm thinking we'll probably put our fertilizer generator here. How close are we to art? Probably a day away, depending on who's doing what. It's a much, I mean, I said this exact tangent before, but it's a much slower going colony than our previous colony, but that's actually kind of like the secret thing that works out so much better in our favor right now, is we're able... Do we need a bottle emptier? Like, is that what we need? We have a bottle emptier. I don't know. What's working in our favor is that, yeah, you know, we don't have a good water solution set up, but we only have 3 people consuming water. You know, they're taking showers, and I'm happy for it, but it's not a necessarily a pressing issue at the present moment, which is wonderful. It is highly unbreathable up there. I don't know, maybe the vacuum's getting out through those diagonals, but I don't think so. So let's deconstruct, dude. And I'm gonna deconstruct at a fairly high priority. I want this done as quickly as possible. Sure, we might lose the lice loaf right there. But so be it. And we'll put all of our crops in the same area. We can move our other ration box later as well. I know. The plants, it's so sad. We're gonna make 14 hydroponic tiles. Food's pretty important. Let's do it at a priority 8. This would be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's a better step. We're going to issue a dig order at a priority 8. And then we're going to build tiles through this section. And again, it's probably going to take us a couple of days, but it's a good thing we got 20,000 kilocalories in storage. And in fact, most of it is going to be in, well, much of it is going to be in the refrigerator anyway. Fleeing? No, not any. See, they're not attacking these guys anymore. We're not worried about this. Next step. Don't you eat my food. Do we really want... Yeah, we want tiles. And the reason we want tiles is because... Oh, that's not the way we want to go. The reason we want tile is because the tile is going to be the piping. The piping is going to go through the tile. The hydroponic tile will go on top of the tiles that pretty much exclusively exist in order to pipe things. So again, I expect this to take another day or two to get sorted out. I mean, these duplicants, they're living a good life, man. I can't be, like, upset at the fact that they have 3 stress. 3 stress that's like a toddler's level. You know, you're not even at, like, the middle-age level. You're probably looking at, like, 30 stress daily or something like that, you know? So I'm not gonna be upset at the fact that they're picking up a little stress on a daily basis. What I would like is, I mean, I get it, you gotta go to the bathroom. You're digging out some copper. I need the copper. I respect it, I appreciate it. And it is at least breathable. Barely breathable. As far as I'm concerned, still breathable. I know we're using granite instead of sandstone. Seems like appropriate to me. Just to save us some time. It's because the granite might be like further away from us on the base level, but okay. Sure, yeah, I mean, deliver the muck root or whatever, but like, could you just build this tile? Because this thing's not in a system. I mean, it's usable, but if its foundation is missing. Okay, good stuff. Now, 14 hydroponic tiles. Because they don't take power, I'm okay with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are food. Priority 8s, please. I don't expect it to get done today, but I expect it to get done in today's video. Rather, I should say, I don't expect it to get done this cycle, but I expect it to get done in today's video. Just looking up here. So we got the weird, like, pre-made little area over here with the kitchen table and the fruit basket and the broken light fixture. That's just all sorts of mysteries. It's a thimble reed. Produce indescribably soft reed fiber for clothing production. Okay. Base is so breathable, it'll make your head spin. There's no, like, CO2's not leaking from down below, right? I'm hoping. We wasted a ton of power yesterday. That seems bad. So I think our power issue is something that we have on the to-do list. Like, that's something that needs to be taken care of. Wait a minute, wait. Oh, you fool. You said you wanted to build the hydroponic tiles on top of the existing tiles. And those tiles were going to be used... How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's a genius. These tiles were going to be used for the piping. Otherwise, you've screwed it up. Give me, just for simplicity's sake, give me a liquid bridge. Probably like right here. You're gonna need to build a tile under the storage container, I think. Well, you know, we could just do it the old-fashioned way. Like, again, they like piping. They like the decor. So if this works, the idea is we're going to be producing pretty much exactly as much food as we eat. Which is what we want. You'd probably rather be at a mild surplus, I guess. But I don't think they'll eat extra if there's extra food. It's where they differ from, you know, us. in a historical sense, for sure. But still, if we can hit that equilibrium, it's not really about producing more food. Most of these things we're like, yeah, we want to produce more, we want to produce more. This, we're like, we want to produce exactly enough. Otherwise, we're wasting a lot of labor. I almost, and I hate to do this at a priority 9, but I think it's an ad hoc option that's okay. We're going to do the pipes at a priority 9. Yeah, because they're unreachable if you don't. So, yeah. I hate to do this, but I need you to be cut for now. We'll rebuild you later. And this is why we didn't bulldoze all of our crops before we did this, because obviously it just leads to potentially there being a much greater concern. Now these guys should be stressed out because they're just taking apart and rebuilding like the same 2 structures over and over. Oh, don't build these yet. Oh, you can probably get away with it actually because you can build within 1 tile diagonally, but I would like you to get some granite over here faster. Could you just lay the pipes, please? I'd just like you to lay the pipes as quickly as possible. Just at least deliver the granite to this area. As quickly as you could deliver the granite to this area, it'd be really nice for you to get that done. Thank you. I think they're doing it. Thank you, Kate. Very much appreciate the piping being constructed. I'm pretty excited about this. We never got here with our last colony because we were dealing with other problems by the time we got to a, you know, greenhouse technology or hydroponic technology, to be more literal. No liquid intake, no seed select. This guy still needs a pipe. Everything else is actually good to go, and they're actually already piping down here. That's fine. The fact that food is decaying, this is what we're trying to deal with. This is what we're trying to stop from happening in the future. Got a whole day of construction left is my expectation here. And then we'll plant it all at once. And then we'll deconstruct. Whether you want to deconstruct the whole shebang right now is really kind of up to you, I think. And by up to you, I mean up to me in this case. But why do you have no power? Because we haven't delivered any coal yet. That's a simple prioritization change. Many of these are set, they're set as priority 8s right now, right? Yeah. So they will put coal there soon. I'm not too worried about this. As long as our refrigerator's not off for too long. I think a refrigerator can only hold 12 meal lice. 12 units of it. There we go. Alright, you also do not have a liquid intake pipe. I think we can still do that. That's a 9. And then immediately, copy settings? Oh, copy settings. Mealwood. Plant. And we're really just gonna... copy as many of these settings as possible. This should be fine. And really, we shouldn't even notice any problems. Like, we shouldn't even notice a change in service, you know what I mean? And these, do they grow any faster? I think it's still probably 3 cycles, but it should be much easier for our duplicants to tackle this. They've all been delivered. They should be growing. Can you do me a favor, just like before bed? I hate to do it at priority 9. Sweep up all this trash so I can see the greenhouse more clearly. You gotta deliver it where you gotta deliver it. I understand it's probably gonna take a couple days to get set up properly. Like, there's like a lot of stuff to sweep. You did a lot of construction. So we can probably start, and we'll, you know, make an effort to deconstruct all of these. Except for this one, because it's still got 1 plant. How do we do today? Seems good. We lost 50 kilos of oxygen, but again, we keep losing 50 kilos of oxygen, but the base looks beautiful. So, I'm misreading the signals we're getting, I think. Now, as much as I'd love to end the episode, go make a sandwich for myself or something like that, I'm gonna hold off on that. Because what we're intending to do here is make sure that the greenhouse is good to go. We want to make sure all the stuff is swept up. I don't think it's going to inhibit plant growth necessarily, but make sure all the stuff's swept up. It only holds seeds. You know what? Starting today, you can hold everything except polluted trash. Yeah, much better. We got the ration box anyway. You can hold seeds too. It doesn't really bother me. You're going to be delivering seeds way less frequently. Now that we've got a semi-permanent sort of greenhouse set up here. It's the intention, at least. Now, we're worried about a couple of things. One of them is atmospheric pressure, one of them is temperature, because all of our food is coming from here now. We can probably afford to get rid of this ration box. Temperature's rising. What do you grow in? You only grow to 30. And we're next to this biome again. Okay, so I actually have a plan, believe it or not. If we're at the hot biome, we will build tile out of insulated material. So we need to find some abyssalite. Obsidian will probably work as well. But wait, is this obsidian, granite, abyssalite? Just mine straight into the abyssalite. And do it at a priority 8, because we really can't afford to mess about with our food production. It's going to take a long time to dig. But if we can insulate our base and make it not quite so hot. Like, the plants on the left side are probably going to be fine. But we're kind of playing with fire here, you know what I mean? So... yeah, it's going to take a while to do that, but... 250. Every one of these is essentially an abyssalite tile, so... build these. And then you should be able to close it in. I don't know, we might need that tile as well. Because these are... it's 29 down here. 29 and climbing. Just gonna suggest. Might be unreachable. Now, does the whole greenhouse need to be made out of these tiles? I don't know. Can't help but notice these tiles are extremely hot. They're 38 degrees. Is that okay? Is that gonna... it seems like this is already cooled down over here. Anyway, you can clearly finish this up. So hopefully that's enough of a barrier. And if it is, then I think we can rest assured that we're leaving our base in pretty good hands. But I would like some confirmation for this. It's already 27, 28 over here. I get it. You guys are mining abyssalite. I'm not mad, genuinely. Just take a look at the other stuff in our base. Make sure it's still going okay. Everything still looks fine to me. Really just like you to deliver the tiles. Yeah, like that. I mean, that's all good. I'm okay with this. But, like, I don't know what I've done to alarm you. That's right. Okay, you're almost asleep. Put these at a 9. I forgot. It shouldn't be 9. This is a lazy play. What's going on here? Oh, it doesn't have any compostables because we stopped creating polluted dirt. That's actually good, I think. All right. How you doing? 28.6, 24.8. I think we've done, this might be like the smartest thing we've ever done in this series. To actually build an insulator. I understand, by the way, I didn't mention this in the last episode, and I meant to, genuinely. Somebody said, you don't need to build refrigerators. What you should do is just keep your food in chlorine or carbon dioxide, and then essentially it's like you can get it to a low enough temperature that it won't go bad very quickly anyway. I'm not going to do that, but it's not because it's a bad idea. It's because I don't trust myself to make like a dry ice. I know that's not what dry ice, but I don't trust myself enough to make like a non-refrigerator when, you know, Mr. Maytag has already done it for me here. Anyway, I think we're in a good spot. I think we've done good things here, and we're leaving our colony in good hands while I wait for comments to tell me what to do. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.